What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shock and the Nice Jog here with our Surge Holiday Showdown Draft Tournament Analysis. You guys don't know the lovely Aquarius, who was the genius in behind the Galar Championship, or in this case, the Galars of Champions Tournament League that had its first ever season. And I'm okay saying this because it happened. Congratulations to Monte for winning this season and everyone else that did great in the season. But she is also having a showdown server that she hosts that also incorporates Wi-Fi. And we have been personally invited to come apart and participate in either one. I am choosing to do both. I'm hoping the genning, praise to Lord Arceus, is simple genning. If not, I'm going to have someone gen my teams, and this will probably be the only Wi-Fi thing I can do. Because if they're not using bots, then I'm not really going to be happy about this. So. But anyways, we're also doing Showdown. Showdown definitely will always be a mainstay. I am going to be uploading my Showdown side of things. Also, sorry if you heard the notifications. You know, good old trusty notifications, right? I will be uploading my Showdown matches from my side of the things. There are going to be multiple rounds of this, and I think we're going to have different drafts for each round, except for rounds 1 and 2. I believe rounds 1 and 2 will be the same teams, and I think going forward, each round we're going to draft new team after new team, and that's what I'm thinking right now. Oh, no. If I remember correctly, we're going to have the teams stay the same, but then some points will be added, and then we'll make transactions limited transactions wise to improve the team as long as it stays within point budget going through, and then by the end of the entire tournament we will have our final team, and we will also be determining which top players will make it to the starting round, because all these games going forward, which I think are going to be 5 in total, will decide who advances into the tournament bracket to have a chance to win, and we're hopefully going to make that bracket. I really would like to make it and win a tournament, even though I'm not a tournament player. So I'm going to give this all I got, but I'm also going to have some fun. I'm going to play around with these mons. Most of the team that I drafted are mons I have not used in so long, and mons I just generally don't go towards to use. There are a few familiar faces on this team, which I think a lot of you will see. But with that being said, let's break down this draft analysis. So in the showdown side of things, I was given pick 4, right, dead, center, middle. Ugh, that would really sucked, because there's going to be a lot of things that I could have wanted and stuff like that, and I would have enjoyed. But unfortunately, things, yeah, things happen. But anyways, 4th pick, I had to make it work what I had, and there were a couple of things I'm kind of surprised made it to me in the rounds that they did. This draft analysis is going to be based around this. Also, we are nicknaming Pokemon based off of some of the best draft league players and tournament players that are in this server themselves. And this is just kind of just give them some shout outs, give them some, publicity and everything like that. So, yeah. Sorry if you guys hear noises. My phone is just stupid. But anyways, so with the first overall pick, I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I was really surprised that this thing lasted to me though in the first round, and that was Aerodactyl. And this is, if you guys don't know, both this league and pretty much for the first round, this is going to be completely lower tier, so to speak, for both rounds. Just because we're going to keep the higher up stuff going forward, and that in terms being the swap outs that we could make and everything like that. So that's going to be really important to know, and I think it's actually going to be based on our picking division. So in Wi-Fi, I'm probably going to have a better chance. In this one, I'm not going to have as best of a chance, but we're able to take advantage. But the current team as it is going for these first 2 games, first off is our Aerodactyl, which I'm going to name after Just Kurt, the homie, the man that called this thing a dunce. Hopefully we'll prove that he is not a dunce, he is a winner. I've used Mega Aerodactyl quite a couple of times, both from Generation 7 and from Generation 8. I love Mega Aerodactyl. It's very slept on Mega. I think a lot of people don't give enough love and attention to. But with the introduction of Dual Wing Beat, Dragon Dance, this thing is an absolute monster, especially with Rockhead taking a full advantage of those recoil type based moves, which is only from my understanding, I believe, Double Edge. But obviously, when I do some team prepping, I'll obviously figure that out if it is true or not. But overall, I definitely think this is an amazing Pokemon. This is a very good pickup. I'm really surprised this made it to me. I honestly thought this was definitely going to be a top 3 pick. But definitely going to take the opportunity I did. Also, we were given a certain limited points. I believe this was 45 in both for the first round of stuff, including obviously round 1 and 2 of Showdown, but obviously round 1 of, and then points will increase over time as we figure things out, obviously. But and I really think Aerodactyl was just a really good pick. Gives me a very very fast Mon. Gives you a really good strong breaker. Going forward, though, some of the things that it's going to struggle to kind of handle are going to be the bulky waters, and some certain grass types in this type of format. So I went with my boy OG Albina. He is a dragon master with Ments, and he almost lost to a dragon in Regidrago. So I figured this was the perfect fitting. But what I love about Regidrago, you guys have seen me use this thing, is it doesn't matter if you have a fairy type or a steel type. If this mon is played correctly, like I have done several times on this channel, which you guys can clear as day see, I have used Regidrago to amazing success. And again, another slept on mon that I think was like in 6 or 7 points, which I think was kind of a steal in lower tier. I thought it was even in lower tier to begin with was a steal. But excuse me. I think this was a phenomenally great pickup with this Mon. Giving me a relatively bulky Mon, gives me a good offensive Mon. This gives me a breaker from a special standpoint, which is really cool. They both share a weakness to ice, but ice types would then be forced to run Scarves. But then again, with Aerodactyl, I can run Scarves or enough speed to kind of counteract that. And I can also be able to run Dragon Dance to outspeed the ice type. So I think overall that the ice type weakness didn't per se get patched up the best on our end throughout this draft. But again, you never know who you're facing. You never know who you're going to be going against. So I think overall, this is a phenomenal, great pickup for us, and I am super excited to be using my boy Regidrago. So very awesome. With my third pick, we're gonna go with the homie Vepsis, one of the most entertaining draft league players out there, especially with the best intro for a draft league with the My Little Dinos and stuff like that. I love that. It puts a smile on my face so much. But we named this one Vepsis for Quillfish because you guys did not check out Vepsis. When he has Quillfish, he annoys people. And apparently is a good ultimate D-Ray counter. Sorry, D-Ray. Love you. But Quillfish, I think, was a really good addition to the team. Gives me an Intimidate user, which is really good. Gives me another good decent speed tier with 85 if I ever wanted to abuse that. Not the most reliable defensive piece for the team, but I think it offered a lot in terms of hazards and its typing. Hazards provided wise in spikes and toxic spikes was really good because in this format, when it's like 6 to 8 Pokemon, there is going to be and I mean very limited removal in this team. Most teams may not even have removal. Most teams may only have one type of remover. So that when picking up a mon like Quillfish, I think was definitely the type of pickup that was going to be really beneficial to the team. I think I grabbed Quillfish a bit early than I probably should have, but I think Quillfish was one of those mons I think I valued it this round versus anything else in terms of what I think I needed for the team. Going into my next round pick, I was super excited that this was still on the board, and I go with it. It is my boy, Electivire, which you're going to name after the man, JB West Side, because he's from the West Side, man, and he's a dog lover, and I love dogs, so we got that. But anyways, we're going with Electivire. Electivire, a great electric immunity for the team, which is also really cool. It gives me a mon with Vital Spirit, which you guys don't know what Vital Spirit does. It prevents sleep, and if I get put to sleep by either resting, I'm pretty sure, or by putting to sleep from something like sleep powder or spore, I instantly wake up on the turn that you use that attack. So that's really beneficial on the team, especially if there's any potential like Amoonguss if that's allowed, or any other lower tier spore users. So I definitely think we've got a really great pickup here. Really good electric type. Another good speed tier with 95 now. So we start with kind of 80 going up to 5, which wasn't the greatest. But then the 85 to 95, good, decent jump in the speed gap right there. And right now we got at least 3 really fast Mons, 4 really good fast Mons to kind of put in the team. But now where the team is not providing a little less offense and not a lot of bulk. I don't really I kind of pick up my last offensive piece and then kind of focus a little bit more towards the hazard / bulk side of things. So that's definitely something to note right there. But I think Electivire, a Volt Switcher, Pivoter, which is really good, which I think is very important for a team like this, for lower tiers as well, as a good, decent Pivoter. And I think having Volt Switch on this set can just be slapped almost every single week, and it's just going to be a really good mod. Up next, we have the Homie Shuckle King, which Golurk looks like a kind of king. And I don't know if he would judge Shuckles. But anyways, I went with Golurk because I really needed a ground type. I think ground types were more important. I think certain electric types can run rampant on teams, and I don't want that to happen to me. So, and I didn't want Regidrago to be my constant Regi electric switch in, even though it can easily be that. But the chances to to always get paralyzed from Thunder Wave and stuff like that. I really didn't want to risk that, and I think definitely going with a ground type that's giving me a full electric immunity would be very valued in that type of regard. And also, just the fact that this mon absolutely slams hard. It gets Iron Fist, which boosts up his punch attacks, which is at times something really good. But the main thing about this thing is no guard. No guard Stone Edges. No guard Poltergeist. No guard dynamic punches. This mon is made to be a strong, strong boy. And he is going to be that type of strong boy we need a team. It also gives me my first Stealth Rocker for the team, which I think is also really good because this is going to be a mon I can relatively slap on rocks with if I only need a few coverage-based moves going forward into the matchup. With our next pick, I did pick up the homie JV because, he's got a Victini. He can one-shot this, but he also loves his hazard gaming. And, I don't know, I just went with the random. This was going to be Shayquaza originally, but Shay's a horseman. And last time I checked out, hey, this is a nut, not a horse. But I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But anyways, I went with Fortress. Fortress I have used at least one time, and I actually had some fun with it. It was actually really good. Fortress mostly for this team is going to be a physically defensive piece for this team, where a lot of things can kind of play towards more special defensive. We'll go into those a little bit later on. But this was definitely a mon that I think was really good. It gave me a second Stealth Rocker, a second Spiker, and a second Toxic Spikes user. So again, Qwilfish wouldn't have to be reliable in Toxic Spike setting. We can actually make Qwilfish more of an offensive piece than anything else, which is going to be really, really good. So I overall think that that's going to make Fortress such a massive mon in this game, and I really think it's going to make a lot of things different from my mon. So I just think overall it's just going to be fantastic for our team, and again, gives us a really good defensive piece. Also sturdy, plus overcoat, not too bad, shabby abilities. And with our last two picks, first off is for the homie Dr. Slaking. I didn't have no special attackers really on my team besides Regidrago, so I need to really pick some of those up. And Maractus does. And with Maractus, not like the greatest Pokemon in the world, but Maractus has been proven. It has taken out a Zygarde 50%. It has pretty much beaten Vepsis, which I know Vepsis will never have that let down on him. Sorry, Vepsis. But Maractus can be good. It's low tier threat with how people don't fully prepare for this mod. It is a spike user, which is very, very good. It's a really good low tier spike user, which I think is going to be something I think a lot of people have to kind of be careful with and kind of understand the threat that Maractus can provide. It's not a bad defensive piece mon. He gets access to Spiky Shield, so a somewhat stall breaker set actually can work with being toxic plus the Spiky Shield, being not only protect but also chip from a physical point standpoint of moves, which is really good. So I think overall Maractus, who's just waving hi to all of you, is going to be a really good defense of this team, and I think it's going to be a kind of a sleeper pick. And I went with the most powerful 1-point mon I could look at and something I knew Aquarius would love. And honestly, I picked it just for her. Because, for one, I think getting a second ground type's not the worst thing. The only thing they share weakness-wise is grass. Otherwise, this gives me actually a water immunity for the team, which is really, really good. Another water switch in. This is a mon that can actually abuse kind of rest, sleep, talk sets, which is really good. That's the best specialty. Gives me a decent speed tier of 69. You gotta love to see it. A really good defensive piece as well. Is also a stealth rocker for this team as well. So I think overall, this is a good pick. This is a sleeper pick as well with Swift Swim. This also, again, it gives me a Water Absorb bomb. And I think overall, this is going to be a really good pick. Wait, I'm not wrong, right? It gets Water Absorb. Okay, I'm not wrong. Thank God. But overall, I think this was a really good pick up here. And I think it's going to be a really good addition to the team. But yeah, that is going to be the squad. Guys, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about my chances? Do you think I can make it to the official playoff bracket to try to make my way into quarterfinals, then to the semifinals, and then all the way to the championship of this tournament? Or am I just going to get bodied by some of the best talent in this league and just have a fun time? Either way, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. And it's just going to be a good time. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Full Shock Crew today because you'll be feeling the king of the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys for the first round of the tournament. And if anyone's wondering if I'm going to be doing any like kind of team builders and stuff like that, I probably will be, just because I mean these team builders will probably be most likely shorter and they're not going to be that as long. And I figured, just to give you guys a brief thing. I know a lot of people are going to be doing like team builders and straight into the battle. I personally don't like doing those. I mean, if anyone else does those, that's just completely up to you. You guys do what you got to do and everything like that. But for me, I like actually having my team builders and videos just separate, just because it kind of gives a little more clearance of my OCD and kind of gives me a chance to be a little more thorough with my explanations and in terms of explaining the theme. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.